What's going on, everyone? We got some insane news here already. And we know the 5090 prices were insane. And I told you it was not going to stay there. But it wasn't just that, but also Nvidia saying that they were going to reduce the supply for consumers outside of the AI data feed, which we know they've been supplying to China as well. In here, it says, and it's already getting started, guys, German distributor reportedly halts RTX 5070 Ti. Yeah, Steam users are going to get screwed over, PC gamers. RTX 5080, which are much cheaper, but get ready for that. And RTX 5090 sales completely due to supply constraints. Yeah, y'all see this. Guys, we read this correct. Remember what I said? It's going to affect all cards. People are wondering why Steam had anything to do with this. I'm like, what do you mean? If anybody is on Steam playing, you have a Nvidia card or Nvidia card, most likely. Some of you have AMD builds, but that's a very low percentage compared to Nvidia, who pretty much dominated and monopolized forever in the PC gaming world. So we see here already the 5070 Ti is getting affected, the 5080, 5090, that's to be expected for AI data feed, along with that modified 5080 we saw that China had, right? Going up to 32 gigs or whatever. And apparently there's some banned 5090s, but they're still taking those. And I guarantee you, expect China to start mass supplying their own GPUs eventually. That's why we also need Intel to step up too with the Arc series and get more of those and make them cheaper so people can get better PC builds. But you know it's going to be the problem still, RAM and SSD. So maybe they can get some pre-made builds for them. But here it is, guys, and we're just getting started. Let's keep going. GPU supply is reportedly becoming increasingly constrained. And some retailers are complaining that they aren't able to secure enough GPU for sales. Yeah, retailers. Because it's all going to AI. It's not like you can't get enough. It's that they're not doing that on purpose. All right, so guys, retailer complains that the distributor could only supply limited RTX 5070 GPUs, not TI 5070, but cannot manage even a single higher end Nvidia RTX 50 card. And we know that majority of people, like when they're upgrading, they're usually gonna go for the 5060 and 5070, or wait for a 5060 Ti version too, because it's still good enough with DLSS 4 to get past anything. And a 5070 range is always what I like to call that sweet spot. Where it's like, you got that, you're good. Everything else is kind of ridiculous. Because that's what I'm using, you know what I mean? But with a 24 core processor, yeah, I got a really good deal. And I didn't pay much. I actually didn't pay anything. I got back $100 thanks to losers trying to install malware and do all that type of stuff in rootkits. It's like, oh, you did me a favor. I got a way better laptop. But that's what losers do. They always lose. Now, things are getting ridiculous now, though. And guys, think about this. This is not just Germany. Watch this. And if this report is true, we might see a similar situation in various parts of the world. It ain't just going to start here, because when Nvidia was saying they're going to reduce the supply, they said in general to consumers, because they're going to be putting it somewhere else. And they're not telling you to go get your own chips. Thankfully, right now, we can see most of the Nvidia RTX 50 and AMD RX 9000 GPUs in stock on major retailers. But some retailers are already having a hard time securing enough for their inventory because prices are going up. They're trying to adjust. People are getting their own chips now, and things are about to get even more crazy. So let's pay attention to that. We recently reported that the GPUs are going to be quite expensive. Yeah, all of these are going up. I'm telling you, I don't see why they wouldn't do that. It doesn't make any sense not to. No, I don't want this at all. But what I mean, what we've been seeing, that's going to happen. Starting this month, and it looks like the European region is apparently getting affected first. So it starts there. We're seeing it there, and do not think it's not going to migrate over here. It is, trust me. So we see this, right? GPUs are going to be quite expensive starting this month. They didn't say RTX 5090, they said GPUs. Yeah. Get ready, Steam users and people who want to get into the PC world now. I'm telling you guys, if there's still any deals, go for it. Here's the message. Hello. Due to the current market situation, here we go again, market situation. You know what this means, guys. DRAM and all that other stuff. SSDs, not being able to get my own chips coming with it now. We are only able to supply graphic cards in a limited capacity. At this time, you can order up to 5 units per model for those with the 5070 chip. Yeah, it's pretty limited. Unfortunately, we are currently unable to sell any cards for the 5070 Ti, 5080, and 5090 models. Guys, any. And here you're restricted to 5 units per modeling to order, to be able to sell. Yeah. This applies to both existing orders as well as any orders placed after December 30th. We're already on January 4th, so this has been going on, and it's about to get worse. Well, hopefully not, you know, but hey, man, what do you want me to say? We will consolidate all current orders and provide you with an updated overview shortly. We appreciate your understanding and apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Kind regards, and we know that image is right there in Germany. We're not going to say that. Mit Fundelikschan Gruben, you know. I think I did a good job for doing that for my first try. We'll be all right. But yeah, guys, so here we already have 4 models affected. And what do I mean by that? You can't get anything for the 5070 Ti, 5080, 5090, and you're limited by the 5070. How far back is this going to go? We see that right here. Going down, it says a retailer complained on Reddit that he is in a difficult situation, as his distributor has canceled several of his GeForce RTX 5070 orders, citing limited inventory. The distributor can reportedly only provide 5 units of each model, and therefore anything above that has been canceled. The retailer says that expect for 20,000 euros worth of RTX 5070s, he won't receive more GPUs. And the list of canceled models include cards like the Zotac 5070 Solid and GameWord RTX 5070 Ti Phoenix and some stuff like that. So going down here, we get the idea that this is where it's happening. 476, 454, 663, and 923, you know, stuff like that. The provided screenshot of the distributor's email makes it clear why even a single model of the ordered RTX 5070 Ti has been canceled. Reportedly, the distributor doesn't even have a single unit for the RTX 70 Ti, 5080, or the 5090 to sell to the retailer. His email address that the market situation is pretty volatile right now indicates that, and they won't be able to sell anything except the 5070. The retailer adds that Amazon business is also heavily limiting the number of units retailers can order because they're part of the AI stuff too. Look, guys, this is what's happening. You know what I mean? This should not be a problem, and it shouldn't. This should be mass supplied when they're getting ready to launch the supers and all this other stuff here soon at CES, which is still going to happen. But guess what? That's going to be supply limited. Not because they're limited on supply, but they're going to be feeding it to different things. Yeah, we know that. As far as the AMD RDNA 4 GPUs are concerned, he says that the RX 9070 XT is back in stock. Get ready. But may soon face supply restrictions. I was going to say, but many are going to get screwed over on that too. But yeah, this may soon face supply restrictions. Yeah, because if everybody wants to say screw Nvidia right now, and you got a chunk of people that want to jump to AMD, they don't have the stock because they have to raise up the price too, and they got to maintain, you know, a little bit of profit on their end too. They're not pushing the AI like that, but hey, get ready for them to get stormed as well too, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be pissed off at Nvidia. Oh yeah. We know from some reports that AMD is also going to increase the GPU prices very soon. That's what I'm saying. So they want to have that stock ready to supply for that new price increase, guys. So that's going to happen. So it shouldn't be surprised if we see reports of the RX 9000 series going out of stock in some regions. Exactly, because you're not getting stock for those prices anymore. Get ready for CES. They got to have their conference, right? Nvidia has to have their conference. They have to tell you what they're about to launch, and they got to give you the new prices. So stocks are going to be limited till then, and then here comes the price jack if you didn't get your deal. I've been trying to tell people that for the last month or two. So it shouldn't be a surprise if we see that going out. Like I said, at the moment, the absurd AI boom is the main culprit for price hikes. And it has made it almost impossible to build a gaming computer for a fair price. Yeah, PC gaming is in hell right now. It's ridiculous. News source is over here at Reddit. So going down, Iran lost 100 billion in Venezuela. Happy 2026, the new year of the new Neo cons. Yeah, tell me about it. Okay. She said she worked with U.S. administration to help the U.S. extract. Wait, hold on. What is that? Guys, these comments are funny. But, you know, hey, look. Yeah, Steam is getting betrayed big time right now. PC gamers are getting betrayed big time right now. And this is going to go back and affect everything else as well. So I don't know what else to tell you. This sucks. I don't know what the prices of AMD is going to be compared to Nvidia. Usually they still like to be more pro-consumer than them. But what I do know is that no matter what, they're being backed into a corner to obviously put the price up regardless, because it affects everybody. It's not like they started this. So you guys are going to have to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Here it is, guys. Like I tried to tell you, Steam is betrayed. You see what I mean? Here it is. If you want to build a nice mid entry-level end game, not, you know, top of the line, still 5070 is beating anything under that besides maybe a 4090 or something, right? Or a 4080. But even then, you're still having some of the top builds and at a very high percentage, but you can't even do that. I wonder if the 5060 is going to be, or didn't they cancel that? I'm not sure. I forgot. Remind me if they did. But if so, you see what I mean? You're kind of like being screwed here. Later, guys. This sucks. Sorry.